Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. This is Dr. Kamesh. So in this session we will be discussing about trigeminal nerve. So trigeminal nerve, we will be talking about a brief introduction to trigeminal nerve. We are not going to cover all the branches or the deep about infos, but we will be talking about a basic idea of what it is comprises of, how it originates, the divisions, where it goes, where it ends up in your brain. So let's start with the video. So let us draw first a beautiful face. Start with drawing your face. Okay. So this will be your anterior cranial fossa, your middle cranial fossa, and your posterior cranial fossa. On this side, this will be your midbrain, your pons, and your medulla oblongata extending into your cervical part of your spinal cord. So, the trigeminal nerve, mostly it arises from your trigeminal ganglion. Okay, so trigeminal ganglion, it gives three divisions, and all the divisions of the trigeminal ganglion by itself comprises mostly of your sensory innervations. So it doesn't carry any motor sensation. So what is sensory innervation? So here sensory innervation, we are talking about the pain, the touch, the feel, the proprioception, like the sensation of hot and cold, and such kind of your senses. So this trigeminal ganglion gives rises to three divisions, which is also called divions. So the divisions are your first division rising upwards and forwards, which is your ophthalmic branch. Okay, this ophthalmic branch goes upwards and forwards and leaves your cranial cavity, okay, through a superior orbital fissure. Okay, so from this supplies most of your anterior part of your face, almost your 2/3 of your face, the frontal region, and your eye region. Okay, so ophthalmic, it supplies your eye, mostly your eyeball, like your cornea of the eye, and the lateral walls of your nasal region. Okay, so we are not again going into proper divisions and the supply of your each and every division. Okay, we are just going to give a brief call here. So the second branch, second deviant, this is your first branch. The second branch is your maxillary branch, and this escapes your cranial cavity through a foramen. So what is this one? This is your superior orbital fissure. Okay, I'm just like giving a short form, just like follow here. This is your superior orbital fissure. Okay, the ophthalmic branch, the first branch, escapes your cranial cavity through your superior orbital fissure, and your maxillary branch escapes your cranial cavity through your foramen rotundum. Again, what is the foramen? Foramen rotundum. Okay, this maxillary branch, as we know, it supplies your paranasal sinuses, your maxillary sinus, your paranasal sinuses. It even gives out branches here and supplies your teeth, your gums. It gives out three branches: posterior superior alveolar branch, middle and anterior superior alveolar branches. It also goes downwards and even supplies your lips and your cheek region, your lateral aspect of your nose. Okay, we'll stop here. The third branch, okay, the third branch is your mandibular branch. This mandibular branch, it escapes the cranial cavity through a foramen called foramen ovum. Okay, so ophthalmic branch through superior orbital fissure, your maxillary branch or second branch through foramen rotundum, and your third branch through foramen ovale. Okay, this escapes downwards through the foramen ovale, and as we know, it gives branches out into inferior alveolar nerve branch, and it even branches out as a lingual nerve and supplies almost all your parts in your mandibular region. Okay, it supplies your teeth, supplies your mental region, supplies your lower lip. Okay, or even the lingual branch, it branches out and supplies your part of your tongue. Okay, we have seen in the previous video about the muscle and neural supply of your tongue. So this this takes a major part in even supplying your tongue. So these are the gist of all the supplies. Okay, so So the trigeminal ganglion is a sensory ganglion, has three branches: your ophthalmic branch, your maxillary, and your mandibular branch. Okay. Likewise, how there's a sensory branch, there's a motor branch. It arises from your midpontine region. It doesn't join or doesn't go through your trigeminal ganglion, and it goes downwards and escapes the cranial cavity through the foramen ovale, and it supplies mostly of your derivatives of your first pharyngeal arch. So let us see about it later on. So here, so you just like got a picture right now, like a course of your trigeminal nerve. So what from here? From the trigeminal ganglion, it goes backwards, enters your pontine region, okay, enters your pons region, and it gives rise to nuclei, your trigeminal nucleus system. Okay, the sensory route goes into your mid-pontine region and gives out nuclei. As we know, this is your motor branch, this is your sensory. Okay, so as we know already, there is a nuclei for your motor branch, but your sensory branch, it gives rise to three different nuclei. The one in the midbrain region, which is your mesencephalic nuclei. We draw it like this. Okay, this is your mesencephalic nuclei. Okay, the one on the pons region, it goes and joins and forms a nuclei in the lateral aspect of the mid-pontine region, which is your principal pontine nucleus, sensory nucleus of trigeminal system. So again, principal pontine sensory nucleus. This is your mesencephalic nuclei in the midbrain, and principal, let me do it in a short form, principal pontine sensory nucleus of trigeminal system. Okay, so that is your principal pontine sensory nucleus of trigeminal system, and the third one is your nucleus in your brainstem, which extends downwards into your upper part of your spinal tract, which is your spinal nucleus. This one is your spinal nucleus. So here we have understood the trigeminal ganglion, it runs backward as a sensory central root and divides into three branches and forms your nuclei, your mesencephalic nuclei, your principal pontine sensory nucleus of trigeminal system, and your spinal nucleus. Okay, so this spinal nuclei, this tract is also called your spinal tract of trigeminal system. Okay, so that we have to understand, this is also called spinal tract of trigeminal system. Okay, so this spinal tract of trigeminal system, it almost takes 80 to 90% of your pain, temperature, and other sensory stimuli from all these regions. Okay, so now we have understood the trigeminal ganglion goes out and forms into three different nuclei, and this different nuclei again forms a tract. Okay, this again forms a tract here. The fibers are collected from all these three nuclei. So this tract, it ascends upwards and joins to a region which is your thalamus region. Okay, so what part of your thalamus? Say this is your thalamus region. It ascends upwards and joins your thalamus region and ends in as a nuclei. It is called ventro-postero-median nucleus of thalamus. Okay, from here it goes to a higher part of your brain. So let us not go much into detail about it. So this is the system. Okay, and this tract, like how we say this is your spinal tract of trigeminal system, this tract has a separate name, which is your trigeminothalamic tract. Okay, so this tract that goes or collects all the three nucleus fibers and ends in your thalamus region, this tract is called as trigeminothalamic tract, and it's also called as trigeminal lemniscate. So it's also called as trigeminal lemniscate. So this tract has two names, which is your trigeminal lemnisci and trigeminothalamic tract. Okay, so this is a system. This is the morphology or your anatomy or your pathway or branch of your trigeminal nerve. So it always centers in your trigeminal ganglion. It always centers in your trigeminal ganglion, and this trigeminal ganglion, it gives out three different branches. I am summarizing here again, so follow again. It gives off three different branches. The first is your ophthalmic branch, which escapes your middle cranial cavity through your superior orbital fissure, okay, and supplies the part of your face. And your second one is your maxillary branch. It escapes through your foramen rotundum and supplies your paranasal sinuses, your maxillary tooth, your gums, your upper lips and other parts. And your third one is your mandibular branch here, okay. It escapes through your foramen ovale again and gives off different branches as inferior nerve branch, lingual branch. Lingual nerve, it again in turn supplies your lips, your tongue region, and your lower tooth regions, lower gums, and etc. And again we have a separate motor root which supplies your first pharyngeal arch derivatives. So what are those? So let me take the motor root again here. So it supplies your muscles of mastication, okay, muscles of masticatory muscles. So those are your temporalis muscle. What is the next one? Masseter. The other one is your lateral pterygoid. And finally your median pterygoid. So these are your masseter muscle, masticatory muscle, and the second derivative is your, it also supplies to muscles which is your tensor tympani and tensor levi palatini. Tensor villi palatini. Okay, this tensor tympani is your muscle that is attached to your Eustachian tubule, and it also controls your tympanic membrane. Okay, tensor villi palatini, again if you remember, you've seen in the last video where tensor villi palatini extends to form your palatine aponeurosis. So it also has a major role in controlling your oropharyngeal isthmus. Okay, so the next one is your, what does it supplies? Okay, it supplies your base of your or your floor of your mouth. It supplies two muscles there. The one will be your mylohyoid muscle. The second one will be your digastric muscle, anterior belly of digastric muscle. Okay, so these are your supply of your motor branch. Okay, so motor branch supplies the derivative of your first pharyngeal arches, and this is what it supplies. Okay, so I think this gives you a better understanding. So this is your trigeminal system. Go through the video again. It is very simple. It is the largest of the cranial nerve, the fifth cranial nerve. Okay, it's the largest of all the cranial nerves. It runs bilaterally on either side, and it is more important. Okay, so with this, on the next video, we will be discussing about the branches, the three branches. Okay, we will discuss about the three branches of the trigeminal nerve individually. Okay, in detail. So that is it for today. I think you would have understood it. So any doubt, just put it on the comments. So let us discuss more about the trigeminal system, and we will finish off the three branches, and we will go for a trigeminal neuralgia. I hope after these videos, you will have a better understanding about trigeminal neuralgia, which is a very, very important clinical feature. Okay, it's very important diagnostic criteria also. You have to understand this pathways and stuff in order to properly diagnose any neuralgic conditions. So thank you friends, this session is over. So like our video, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel MS Dental School.